Ramena Vyata Nishasharachamo Ramaya Tasmai Namaha. Rama Nasti Parayanam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham. Rame Chittare Sada Bhautame Bho Rama Muddhara. Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame. Sahasranama Tattalyam Rama Nama Varadane Shri Rama Nama Varadana Onnama Iti. That's Shri Maheshwara Sutrani E Un Rulruk E Ong Ayauch Hayavarat Lanya Nyamanga Nam Jabain Gadadash Jabagadash Ka Pa Cha 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 Tav Ka Pai Sha Sha Sar Hal Iti Maheshwara Sutrani. Okay, let me see what the homework was from last time. See if Hema is there. Yes. Namaskar, Hema. Did we have any homework from last time? Or Vain, are you there? Did you have any homework? Vain is coming in. Okay, I guess he's not in yet. All right. Anyway, we're looking at this shloka last time, which was the at the bottom, Kshatriyantakaranopi Vikramastena Mamavati Najite Tvayi Pavakasya Mahima Saganyate Kakshavajalati Sagarepi Yaha. So Kshatriyantakaranopi Vikramastena Mamavati Najite Tvayi Pavakasya Mahima hi Saganyate Kakshavajalati Sagarepi Yaha. Punarikavaram Kshatriyantakaranopi Vikramastena Mamavati Najite Tvayi Pavakasya Mahima Saganyate Kakshavajalati Sagarepi Yaha. I said to you again, repeating is that please keep on reading, keep on reading, keep on reading. Paditavyam, paditavyam, paditavyam. Uchchaihi, shanaihi, spashtam, nirdosham, yavachakyam. As far as possible, read loudly, clearly, slowly. If you know the alphabets, there's nothing stopping you from learning the whole language. Don't worry of what you don't understand. Just pick up what you can get and keep on going. Of course, you can also ask questions. If you look at the tika here, same thing with the tika. You can read the tika the same way, which is just up here now. It says Kshatriya iti. This first part, which shloka is he commenting on? Very typical of the tika. So you can immediately know that now he's jumping on to this shloka, Kshatriya iti, because the shloka says Kshatriyantakaranopi. So tasya ekadesha grahanam. He's taken one part of that samasa and said Kshatriya iti. Because you may not have the mula partha will not be repeated in the tika. So he's telling you, of course, in this book we have them both, but sometimes you may not have them. So in fact, let me give you a quick example, just to appreciate what I'm talking about. Let me see. If you look at, for example, look at a tika like this. Okay. Look at, for example, look at the Balanva tika, Kashika. So here, he may not give the Siddhanta Kaumudi. If you look at Tattabodhini over here on some sutram, I'm looking at the commentary on the Siddhanta Kaumudi. He doesn't give you, he won't give you the Siddhanta Kaumudi again here. He will just tell you what iti, So he says, Tadaha Dhatu Rityadi. So that now he's telling you, this is what I'm commenting on from the Mula Patha. So he'll give an introduction, Upodghata, and then from then he will tell you that Dhator iti. So that is where I am in the text. Look at, so a lot of these texts are not published they don't want to publish the whole Siddhanta Kaumudi along with the commentary again. They publish only the commentary. So that's what this means. Very simple, just a kind of a convention that they use. Very useful to know where you are. Kshatriya iti. Now he says tena. So first of all, he has put tena. Tena should be a simple form for you now. Ten can be, as Raja explained, and of course you already done in the Saturday examples. Please, I hope you're following that, because I'm assuming that now you're following all of this. Okay, this one, these examples from the Saturday class, which I'm giving, I know I keep repeating every class almost, but these examples, I hope that you're following them, because the class everybody cannot attend, people are limited time, but these examples which are coming to you, you just finished the Subanta Prakaranam on last Saturday. So anything in Subanta now you should be able to answer or look it up. Of course, didn't cover everything, but a lot of it is here. So, tena means, of course, the tritiya ekavachanam, it can be, it says Sarvanama Shabda, Tat is Pullinge Atva Napumsakalinge. This you should be able to say now with 100% confidence that Tena is going to be Titiya Ekvachanam Napumsakalinge Atva Pullinge Tat Prajpadikasya Sarvanama Shabdayam Shabdoyam. Of course, Tena, one mentioned thing is that Tena could have been split up as Te Na as two separate words. It's possible, but not that, because look at the commentary, Karanena. Let's depend fully on the Tikakara for the time being. So let's not argue with the Tena as two separate words. It's possible. It says Tena Karanena. You know, Tat Pradipatikam, remember, when you see Tat Pradipatikam, look for the connecting Yat Pradipatikam. Simple rule. When you see a Tat Pradipatikam, look for the connecting Yat Pradipatikam and vice versa. Vice versa. So if you take for, so if you let's put that in the textbook. So trying out this Microsoft Word today. I had some problems typing in the website. Let me try this. So you have a Tat Pradipadikam. So Tat Pradipadikam, when you have Pratipadikam, then look for the connecting. Look for the connecting Yat Pradipadikam. Yat Pradipadikam. So that is, I should put Yat really, Pratipadikam. Oh, this is much better. This typing is much better. Yat Pratipadikam. Okay. Now, for example, if you take Gita Dhyana Shloka, one of my favorite one for my, this is, let's say you take the Gita Dhyana Shloka, Antima Charama Shloka, if you take that one, say what? Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Murtastunvanti Divyaistavayir Vedai Sangapadakrammo Punishadair Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyana Vastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashanti Yan Yogino Yasyantannividusura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Tasmai means Tasmai Devaya. So namaskara to that God. But which God? So Yam Brahma Varendra Dhamurtaistuvanti Divyaistavaihi. So that God whom Brahma etc. praise and so on and so forth. So the connection with the Yat Pradipadikam, look around. Now here what you're having is that he says to that God means which God? So here in Raghuvamsham also right now we have Tena Karanena. Tena Karanena means which, by which, for this reason. So Tena. Now also if you want to do the Vibhakti Vichara slightly over here, is the Tritiya Vibhakti comes in what meaning? Tritiya Vibhakti can come in a few different meanings. This is something which people don't study that much, but to do any Vibhakti assignment, also I've mentioned in the class many times, that you have to go to 2.3 of the Ashtadhyayi. You can say, why do you need Ashtadhyayi for this? Tena means Tena, what's the big deal? No, because you know what meaning is it coming? So look what he has given here in the commentary. He has given Tena Karanena. Karanena, due to that reason, on account of that reason. So here in Tritiya, when it comes to Vibhakti assignments, I think 2.3.18 is the Utsarga, is the Pratamam Sutram, Kartikaranayos Tritiya. So Tritiya can be used in the sense of a doer, of course, and also in the sense of instrument. But doer when is Anabhite. Anabhite. So in the basic, in the passive, so Kartikaranayos Tritiya means Tritiya can be used to express a signified doer when he's not connected with the verb. So we say Ramaha Vanam Gacchati. Rama is the Karta. He will not be in Tritiya because he's connected with the verb Gacchati. But Ramena Vanam Gamyate. So Rama is gone to, the forest is gone to by Rama. The Rama is still the doer, became Ramena. Because now Gamyate connects with Vanam. So this Kartikaranayos Tritiya is like this. This is the entire Adhikara goes off. Of course, that's not, I don't want to sidetrack too much. But Anabhite, only when that term is not connected with the Tingantam Padam. Then Kartru and of course Karanayos Tritiya. That's not what we have here. It's not what we have here. If you go below there, is a something called Hetau. Because of that. Because of that thing. So Hetau. So Tena Karanena. Because of that. Now, that's all commentary. It doesn't give anything more. Now, when you don't find the Pradipadikam, when you don't find the connection, so when there's a, right now there's no Yat Pradipadikam available to us easily. Okay, so when the Yat Pradipadikam cannot be found, the Pradipadikam cannot be found, or I should say also vice versa also here. That's the same thing, you know, that if you see a Yat, you look for a Tat Pradipadikam. So vice versa. Now, when you cannot find it, what do we do? Because sometimes you may not find it. So then you can supply it from the context. When it is not there, when not present explicitly, then supply from the context or from the anuvritti, from prior or from prior verses, So you can take that. Or if you still cannot find it, then sometimes tat might mean prasiddham. Tat might mean prasiddham also. So sometimes you can use tat. So like they say Sah Bhagavan Mam Avatu, example which I gave, I think given to you before also. May that Lord protect me. Which Lord? Which Lord means prasiddha, sarvehi jnataha. So sometimes tat pradipradikam will be just hanging there. Will be, tat pradipradikam can be used for prasiddham, Okay, so that's another way. Now, so here what we can do is we can put as purvokta. So you can say many times this purvokta means described before. So purvokta, purva varnita. So we can supply this. So purvokta, purvam varnitam. So you have seen described before. So that's what we need in this shloka now. So we need to say that, in fact, if you look at some other books, they might give you, see, this Mulinatha is, of course, not going to give you like that. He expects us to know these basic things at this point. But if you have other books which are more detailed, so he says, purvoktena karanena, purva shloke varnitena karanena. So that's what they will give you. So that's what we can do is we can read those commentaries also side by side, so you can get more detail. Only problem is that what Mulinatha says is absolute authority. But sometimes, when you go to other books, they may have some, problems. That should be they are more useful. But then we should take Mulinatha as the authority and then look at others with the basis of that. But it is good to get some simple basic things. So here another book I have over here. It says, let me see, Tena Purvoktena Karanena is what it gives. So this is more user-friendly, Purvoktena Karanena. Anyway, lesson is that when you see a tat pradipradikam, always you can go through Bhagavad Gita, and keep on hunting for the tat or yat pradipradikam and look for, where if you want to do one, let's do one quickly right now. Look at Bhagavad Gita, here it is. Let's see if we can find a, okay, now here it is, Kim Tad Brahma, in the very first shloka, right? Chapter 8, Kim Tad Brahma, Kim Adhyatmam, Kim Karma Purushottama, Kim Tad Brahma. So this is not, connecting with any yat pradipradikam, because in the prior adhyaya, this has been described. So Kim Tad Brahma. So now if you go to the commentaries here also, you can see what the commentary tries to say, but still our job should be to find the yat padam. So here could be prasiddham also, could be. So what is that well-known Brahma? It could be Kim Tad Purvadhyaye Varnitam Brahma. But Sakshat Yatpadam Nasti. There is no Yatpadam connecting over here. So, but you have to still understand. So Arjuna is asking, what is that Brahma? That Brahma. That means which? That means which? So it's in a simple context. Om Tat Saditi. Oh yes, Om Tat Saditi, yes. So that also is a thing. Om Tat Saditi. So Tat iti, in fact, okay. Now Tat can be, okay. So Tat can also be a little, correct. That Tat Sad can be prasiddham, I think. We can take that. But Tad also in Bhagavad Gita, Tad also has a little special meaning. Okay, let me go to, hold on to the question for time being, okay. Hemaji, you're back. See, you're on mute before, is it? You're unmuted now. So if you're back, you can tell us you're back. You're unmuted now. So Kim Tad Brahma. If you look at, by the way, my Bhagavad Gita, the Tika which I like, of course, Shankara Bhashyam is there, but that can be more, little bit detailed for us and can go into some Vedanta discussions. But you can say that the Sridhari Vyakhya is, a very nice Tika, which is very, very useful, very useful. So if you just want to keep the first Tika for Gita, you want to go, maybe it should be Sridhari Vyakhya. Sridhari is very simple, straightforward, very to the point, and also it's an authority also. So Kim Tad Brahma. So you might give Purvadhyante Bhagavada Upakshiptanam Brahmadhyatma Adi Saptanam Padatam Tattam Jijñasuchyate. Says Purvadhyayante Bhagavata Upakshiptanam Brahmadhyatmadi Saptanam Padarthanam Tattam Jijñasu Arjuna Uchyate. Kim Tad Brahma. So again he said Purvadhyayante Bhagavata Upakshiptanam. So those which are mentioned by the Lord at the end of the previous chapter. So that's what we have to connect. We have to connect. Now Om Tat Saditi. That Om Tat Saditi is that, that could be now a technical Tat. So because in chapter 17 of Gita, I'm sorry to jump into Gita, but since you're asking the question, let me try to answer that. That in the chapter 17 of Gita, it answers that question. Om Tat Saditi Nirdesha Brahmanastri Vidasmataha. Tasmadom Tadityani Visandhaya Phalam Vidantapakriyaha Dana Kriyashvidaha Kriyante Moksha Kangshivihi. But yes, I appreciate the point. I think that is, my guess is Prasiddham. Is Prasiddham. Om Tat Saditi. So Om is, of course, that meaning has many meanings. Tat Sat, so that well-known existence, iti. But okay, but for us it's a simple. So Tena Karanena, Purvoktena Karanena. What was the Karanam given in the prior shloka now to us? Prior shloka, what had been said? Vibhrato astram machale pyakuntitam dvau ripu mama matau samagasau dhenu vatsaharanacha hayastvancha kirtim apahartum udyataha. So I have two enemies which have equally committed an offense of equal magnitude. So you, because of the Kartavirya, who took away my father's, the calf of my father's cow, sacred cow, and also you, who are bent on taking away my fame. So for that reason, for that reason, because I mentioned the prior shloka, that you are here as my enemy, who has not been conquered by me, who are bent on taking away my fame. So tena karanena, simple. Then he says that kriyate yena saukaranaha. See, in all of these things, it pays to know the Ashtadhyayi. It really does. Because now what is going on here now? Kriyate yena saukaranaha. So karanam doesn't mean doing. It's kriyate yena. So that by which something is done. Asau karanaha. That is called karanaha. Again, the form asau, I hope you're following all the examples, is pradibadikam adas. Adas pradibadikam will give the form asau. It comes in chapter 16 of Gita. Asau maya hatash shatrur hanishe chaparanati. Asau will be the stilinge athva pullinge prathama ekavachanam adas pradibadikam asau. So asau karanaha. First of all, notice this is not a neuter form. It is not a neuter form. What does that mean? That means that the sutram which is well known to us, which is lyutcha. We talked about in detail in the last class how to form nouns from verbal roots, and I told you that in 3.3 of Ashtadhyayi, Panini covers this topic. So only one pada, ekenaiva padena. So it says nama shabdaha nishpadyante dhatubhyaha. So from a dhatu, if you get a noun, there's only one pada. Of course, the very first sutra of that pada is unadayo bahulam. Unadayo bahulam. That unadayo bahulam will refer to the unadi patha, which is an extension to the Ashtadhyayi. So these are pratyayas which Panini recognizes. Doesn't go into detail. They are on the fringe of being acceptable. Unadayo bahulam. There are many of them in variety of ways. So, but then what happens is that Panini first starts with the pullinga nama shabdaha, which is suprasiddha pratyaha ghai and apavadas. Then we did last time, we're looking at the striyam tin, which Hema had in homework last time. So we did this striyam tin. So he does stilinga padipadikani tat paschat napumsake bhavektaha lyutcha. He says hasanam. Hasanam could be laughing, the act of laughing, hasanam. So hasanam could also be meaning laugh as a napumsake bhavektaha. So it could be different. So hasanam and lyutcha. I'm sorry, hasanam. Hasanam is lut. Hasitam is kta pratyaya. But napumsake bhave. You can abstract noun like hasaha. Like in Maths you create a noun like hasaha. Hasa means laugh. The same thing, hasitam can be created in the neuter by pratyaya kta, and lut can be used to create hasanam. But that's not what we have here, because here clearly we have the word karanaha. Karanaha. So Ramavat Shabda. This is not Napumsake. It is Spashtam Napumsake na vartate Karanaha. Now, of course, before I go further, just refresh your memory, is that this, what is this lut? Lut means that Yoranakau. This U means ana. U is ana. So this U gets the adesh of ana. As also mentioned to you, try to get the map of Ashtadhyayi in your mind. If you can, try to capture one territory and make it your own. So in beginning of 7.1, Panini covers all the pratyaya adeshaha. When a pratyaya changes, takes a like ato bhisa ais, just shasho shihi. So all these are coming over here. So of course, what we have seen in the examples also, we have seen samasanyang purve khtvo lyap. All these substitutions, sarvanam nasmai, tasmai namaha, they all come in the tanya, sina, samina, syaha, which Viraja has covered also. So all these are coming in this first part of the 7.1, and the very first sutram is yuvaranakav. Is the yu and vu, yatha sankham, they become ana and aka. So lut means, otherwise you demystify it for you, is so when Panini uses a short form, this is Panini's way of saving some syllables. And he uses liu, lut. Lut is not the only one, but yeah, liu also is there. Because we saw in the last class we saw that. In the last class we saw this sutram which says that nyasashantho yucha, which is in the striyam tinadikaraha. We saw that if we have the pratyaya yucha, nyasashantho yuch, same thing becomes ana. Anyway, the point here is that this is not this one right here, because if somebody needs to mute themselves, somebody is...
Satish?
Yes, go ahead.
When you have Yuranaka and it becomes Karana, at that time it is not neuter, or it doesn't have any gender?
No, I'm coming, it's an adjective. I'm coming to that in a second.
Oh, it's still adjective. Okay.
What happens is that, look at the sutram here below. Karana adhikarana, this is what I'm driving at, is sutram karana adhikarana yoscha. Karana adhikarana yoscha. So this pratyaya lut can also be used to signify an instrument or a locus, adhikarana, basis. Correct?
Oh, okay.
Take a word like now, there are a couple of interesting things going on here. Pratyaya lut has takar in it. Tasya prayojanam kim. What's the use of takar in it? The prayojanam is that when this goes in the feminine, it takes the pratyaya neep by 4115. That is the tit pratyaya, which if used in the feminine, it will become the pratyaya neep will come. Chiddhani. Any pratyaya which stirs in it will bring the pratyaya neep. Now normally you have ajadyata shtap. Pratyaya tap will come.
Okay.
Patita becomes patita. But these pratyayas which have stirs in it, bring the pratyaya neep, will become a long, like nadivat shabdaha, nishpadyate. You get nadivat shabdaha, so jayate. So now the question is that if it's only napumsake, then why have the ters in it?
Yeah. Okay. So
generally
we use the word karanam, which is generally neuter, right?
Generally means in what? When you say generally, in what meaning? If it is bhave, then it has to be neuter.
Okay.
That's the important thing. Most people forget is that this pratyaya is being used in what meaning? Kasmin arte prayuktoyam pratyaya. Always ask this thing. People not say dhatu kru, they will take liu, make it lut, make it ana, karana, but you don't know what meaning does it convey. So if you just take karanam as a bhave, means doing,
yeah,
it will be neutral only, because this anuvritti of napumsake goes into lutcha, but not into karanadikarana yoscha. That's the whole point. Is that this anuvritti of napumsake does not go into, and there are very famous examples, of this, like a word like tarjani, right? The tarjani is your pointing finger. So tarj is terrorize, So that with which you terrorize somebody, with threaten somebody, tarjanam, to threaten. Same word in English, tarjanam is to threaten. So that with which you threaten somebody is your pointing finger. So that's also karanarthe. The karana, like sanjeevani vidya. So that which by which, that's a vidya by which you bring somebody to life. Like Rajadhani. The Rajadhani. So so that in which this is the adhikarana. That in which the king is placed is the Rajadhani. There are many such words, So like a word like dharani gagana antaram. Dharani is the earth. Dhatu through. So that in which everything is held is dharani. So you see a lot of these words. So these will be adjectives. They can be used in the feminine. Also we can use feminine means we already we said it has to be the pratyaya nip. They can also be in this case. Anyway, this whole thing started with the comment. That's why my idea of getting this is remove sutram 33117. The pratyaya lut can be used to create in this case an adjective which can go in all three genders to signify an instrument that by which that action is done, whatever the action of the dhatu is, or that in which that as the locus the action is done. So now that the anuvritti of napumsake only goes up to 116, not to 117. So a word like lekhani, how about that? Lekhani, pencil. Likshate anaya iti lekhani. So that by which you write is lekhani. Like ramani, ramyate anaya iti ramani, a young woman. So ramyate anaya. So that by which you can also say ramyate yasyam iti ramani, in whom you delight. So these words are all, a lot of these words are there. Like a word janani, how about your mother? Your mother, right? So that in whom you are born, or you can say by whom also possible maybe. So these are the words. Now, so karnadikarana yoscha. If you remember this, karnadikarana yoscha, pratyaya lut, which you normally expect in napumsake, can be now used in all three genders, but only in these two meanings, karnadikarana yoscha.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
This is how this grammar helps. If you know some grammar, you can appreciate the subtle points of what it is. Even if you don't know, it's okay. You can accept it as it is. And so karanadikarana yoscha. Karanadikarana yoscha is used. Let me get this font thing going here. Karanadikarana yoscha. Okay, karanadikarana yoscha. The word, in fact, the word karanaha was formed from this. Is used to form the masculine pratipadikam. Masculine pratipadikam in this case. It's an adjective, so in this case masculine, not a pratipadikam. You can go in all three genders. This pratipadikam karana. Actually, maybe I use the wrong. I think I used the wrong term. Doesn't mean it is an adjective really. That's the wrong term I think I used. It can go depending on usage. It can go in the three genders. Adjective means it should be qualifying somebody else. That's a mistake. Adjective means that it depends on its gender from some other term. Now, karanaha is not like that. It has its own gender. In fact, I just told you before in the class that these are used to form mainly 3.3. Panini mainly forms nouns in this section, not adjectives. So dharani is not adjective to anybody else. So tarjani is also not. These are rajadhani. These are going to be nouns. So I think we can take it because here also karanaha. Kriyate yena asau karanaha. So karanaha. So now we are in the middle of a compound here. We are in the middle of a compound. And here it says kshatriyanta karanaha is vikramaha. So vikramaha. Actually here it is qualifying. What do you think, when this is an adjective or not? What do you think? Is it an adjective or not an adjective? It's qualifying vikramaha. Kshatriyanta karanaha vikramaha. So now when you take Sarjani, is it qualifying Anguli? So it is that by which you terrorize. So it goes in all three genders. So is that a noun or an adjective? Karana adhikarane godohani adhikarane taktudhani. Okay, dharani. Okay, let me think about that one. So like Sanjeevani Vidya, right? So it's qualifying Vidya, isn't it? Sanjeevani Vidya. So maybe these are not technically nouns. Anyway, that's a technical point. Okay, so maybe these are adjectives. Because look at here. Kshatriyante karanaha vikramaha. Now, this karanaha, in fact, here it is an adjective because karanaha, this is not a Bahuvari compound. Look at what Vigraha Vakyam he has given. Is Kshatriyantasya karanaha api Vikramaha. So it's clearly qualifying Vikramaha. Vikrama is definitely a noun. So Kshatriyantasya karano api Vikramaha. So it is, even though my Vikramaha, my prowess, my heroism is such that it has put an end to the Kshatriya. Now Kshatriyanta, there is no Vigraha Vakyam given because Spashtam. Normally, as a general rule, if you have a Shashti Tatpurushaha, Tasra Vigraha Vakyam Prayana na diyate. Prayana na diyate. For the most part, you will not get a Vigraha Vakyam for a Shashti Tatpurushaha. So now, why did he give Vigraha Vakyam for this one then? Because he wanted to explain what the word Karana means in this context. It is used in the sense of Karanarthe, because it is that Karanadi Karana Yoscha. That's why he gave you the Karanaha. Then he puts it back into the compound. Otherwise, if it was just a simple word, he probably would not have given you also one which, yeah, okay, also one more, this Vasudha. No, Vasudha is good, but that is not the Pratyaya. Lyut is not being used there. So Vasudha is maybe correct, but it is not Pratyaya Lyut. Okay, so Dharani can be also mean that which holds something, that which something is held. So if you Vasudha itself doesn't have Lyut, so it will not be this sutram. But yeah, Dharani is that in which things are held. Could be wealth, could be people, everybody. So he gave the Vigraha Vakyam here only so that because he wanted to comment on the word Karanaha, puts it back in the compound. If you go into detailed commentary, then you can say is that let's see Kshatriyanta Karanopi. He says Kshatriyanam antaha tasya karanaha. So Kshatriyanam antaha tasya karanaha. So the end, destruction of the Kshatriyas. So it was that by which the Kshatriyas were put to an end. So yes, it is qualifying Vikramaha here. It is taking its gender from Vikramaha. Kshatriyantasya karanopi Vikramaha. So he started the sentence with tena because appreciate the padanvayaha. Okay, even if you don't get all the individual words, appreciate the padanvayaha. Is that for the previously mentioned reason, on account of the previously mentioned reason, my heroism, my prowess, my valor, which that is a noun, adjective goes before it, which is the means by which the Kshatriyas will put to an end. What about it now? Twayi ajite. Of course, Twayi is Saptami Ekvachanam of the Prajpatikam Yushmad. Yushmad, Asmad have the same forms in all three genders. So they are, Linga Bheda Nasti Rupanam. So Yushmad Asmad Prajpatikayoho Rupanam Linga Bheda Nasti. They take the same form in all three genders. Okay. Now they are also, because they are Sarvanama Shabda. Sarvadini Sarvanama. Let's not forget that. Asmad, Yushmad, they are Sarvanama Shabda. So they are going to be, they're going to take the gender from somebody else. It is a number case. But these two, they have the same forms in all genders. But Tvai means Raghave, Rame. So Prakaranat Labhyate, Sandarbhat Labhyate, Tvai Rame Ajite. So this is Samvada between Purusha Rama and Shri Ramaha, Dashriti Ramaha. So then it's going to be Tvai Rame Ajite. Now this is Sati Saptami clearly. Tvai Ajite. When you take a Saptami like that, when you see there is a either the Nishtanta Shabdaha athva a Vartamani Kudanta Shabdaha, when that Samajikaranam is Saptami like that, try to suspect it is indicating the timing or on you, when, as long as you are unconquered, this Vikramaha, my valor does not please me. Is the meaning. Now Gita examples, my favorite example is the one which I told you. Pravritti Shastra Sampate Dhanurudyamya Pandavaha. Pravritti Shastra Sampate Dhanurudyamya Pandavaha Vishikesham Dada Vakyam Idamaha Mahipate. So Pravritti Shastra Sampate. Pravritti Shastra Sampate. So this is of Sati Saptami, same thing. Tvai Ajite. So Pravritti Shastra Sampatam in descent. Dhatu Pat. So when the descent of weapons, downpour of weapons has just started. At that time, Arjuna asked Sri Krishna something. So, Pravritte Shastra Sampade. Another example in Gita which I like is that Strishu Dushtasu Varshneya Jayate Varna Sankaraha. So, this also in the first chapter of Gita. Strishu Dushtasu Varshneya Jayate Varna Sankaraha is when the women are corrupted. At that time, Varna Sankaraha, intermixture occurs. So, it comes here. Strishu Dushtasu Varshneya Jayate Varna Sankaraha. Sankaro Naraka Yaiva Kulagnanam Kulasya Cha Patanti Pitaro Yesham Luttapindo. See here it is, number 41. Sishu Dushtasu Varshneya Jayate Varna Sankaraha. So this Sati Saptami is shloka number 41 of the first chapter of Gita. So try to, when you chant Gita the next time, and also 20. Pravutte Shastra Sampate Dhanuryamya Pandavaha. Sati Saptami. Now the Sutram, again, any Vibhakti Vidhanam means go to 2.3. Vibhakti Vidhanam, go to 2.3. So yes, yascha bhavena bhava lakshanam. Yascha bhavena bhava lakshanam. Pravutte Shastra Sampate. This is good example of Sati Saptami in Gita. Sati Saptami.
Satishji.
Or Sat Saptami. Yes, Vasu.
Yeah, I'm still stuck at Karanaha. Karanam Karta in Vishnu Sahasranam, is that used in?
Yes, Karanam Karta. So yes, Karanam could be that by which something is done. It's possible.
Yeah.
It can be interpreted in various ways. It doesn't have to be this, but it's possible. Yes.
Yeah.
Karanam
Now,
Karta.
when you are explaining Karanadi Karanayoscha, right below is the Sutram Pumsi Sandhyayam Gahaprayena.
Yes, that's also Karanadi Karanayoscha. Correct.
Oh, okay, so they are related sutras, eh?
Yes, Sutta, that's why it's coming there. So Gahaprayena, correct. That's also because that says that Pumlinga Yoho, Karanadi Karanayoho, Abhideyoho, Dhata Yoho, Gha Pratya Bhavati, Samudana Chet Sanya, only for Sanyayam.
The question I have there is, you said that Lyut can be used under this sutra to get the Karanaha, which is simple process, Urana still comes in there. But the thing though, should we use the Gaha also to get that, or they are independent?
But this is Sanyayam, only refers to a proper noun, Sanyayam only,
Oh, in proper nouns. Okay.
Sanyayam. So that's for different things. See, we just talked about that, right? We went through this process of how, but I forgot to mention, when the Pratyaya, Liu, Ana come, we'll do the Guna Adesha, of course. Uran Rapara, I'm assuming you know that. So Kru will take Guna, become Karana. So of course you'll be using the Sarvadhatukarthaka Yoho Gunaha and Uran Raparaha. Those two I didn't mention, but so Pumsi Sanyayam Gastrayana. Sanyayam. Now in this case it is, in fact that maybe answers my question, is that we just mentioned that this is qualifying Vikramaha. It's qualifying Vikramaha in this case, not Sanyayam. So now the Sutram in 2.3.
Satish, now that Vasu brought that Karanam Karta, now that all these words are supposed to refer to Vishnu, but Karanam sound like Napunsaka.
Yes, see in Vishnu Sahasranama Stotram, you will have a Prathama, you have Prathama Vibhakti. Doesn't mean it will be like a word like Brahma. I'm sure it comes somewhere. Now it will not necessarily be Pullinge. If you're referring to another noun, then it will not be. So in that case, that Karanam probably is not. So it probably is going to be referring to neuter noun. Probably is talking about there. Because if it were an adjective, it will be Karanaha then, wouldn't it?
So then it refers to the neuter Brahman?
No. So what I'm saying is Vishnu Sahasranama Stotram, you'll have Prathama Vibhakti. That's only which is sure.
Right.
So now, like it says, the word Gati also the Vishnu Sahasranama. You have word Gati, right? So now the word Gati is a feminine word.
Yeah.
So I think Vasu, you got to mute yourself, Vasu. So, okay. So now what I'm saying, Vishnu Sahasranama Stotram, just quickly for 1 second. In the very beginning, right? It says that Yoga Vidam Neta Pradhana Purusheshwaraha. Somewhere Gati comes there also. Muktanam Parama Gati. Muktanam Paramagati is look at that nama now. That is one Shashti is connecting with, of course, the Paramagati, but Paramagati is feminine.
Yeah.
So he is the supreme, destination of the liberated soul. So the only thing you can say is that it's Prathama. It doesn't have to be, Pullinge. So now Karanam is there a neuter noun he's talking about most likely. So Karanam Karanam Karta. So maybe the doing, right? The reason for doing and the doer is all him. Karanam Karanam, this is what my simple comment. Karanam Karanam Karta.
Oh, I see. Reason for doing. Yes. I see.
Yes, and the Karanam is the doing itself. Karanam, doing. The act.
Right.
And then the Karanam is the reason.
The reason why it is done.
And the Karta, the doer also is him. Karanam Karanam Karta. But yes, but Karanam there is definitely, one thing you can be sure is Prathama Ekavachanam. So it's going to be Napumsakalinga only.
So it should it or shouldn't, there doesn't have to be Karanaha in that particular.
Karana will only be Karana Karana Yoscha, remember that. So if you say doing or just an act, that is
okay.
bhave. That is bhave. That is bhave. That has to be Napumsakalinga only. If he says Karanaha, it will qualify some, we just went through that, qualify something now. So that's not what is implied. So that's what I'm saying is that there in Vishnu Sahasranama Stotram, you probably have this sutra, Lucha. This one, Lucha. This has just become Napumsakalinga.
Okay.
That's why it's different between these two sutras over there. So,
okay.
But, okay, so Sati Saptami, the first Sati Saptami, what is the sutram for that? In fact, when sutram for today, maybe okay. We have some sutram for today, right? So we haven't given two for today, right? So now this Sati Saptami, or what's called Sat Saptami. Sat Saptami is probably a better term, but Sati Saptami is also a very commonly used term than Sat Saptami. In the Mahabhashyam we have Sat Saptami, but Sati Saptami. The sutram is Yasyacha Bhavena Bhavalakshanam. Yasyacha Bhavena Bhavalakshanam. So one more time, in 2.3 there are only about 70 odd rules. To make any Vibhakti assignment, you have to find a sutram in 2.3. Yasyacha Bhavena Bhavalakshanam. It means that the timing of one action is indicated by the timing of another action. Yasyacha Bhavena Bhavalakshanam. Which if you prasiddha kriya, a well-known action indicates the timing of another action. So if you look at 2.337, Yasyacha Bhavena Bhavalakshanam. Trying to give you as many rules as I can so you can get the map of Ashtadhyaya, appreciate how it works. So Yasyacha Bhavena, Yasyacha Kriyaya. So by it says Kriya, how is Kriya? Yasyacha Kriyaya, Kriyantaram Lakshate. Another action is being indicated. Tato Bhavavataha Saptami Bhaktir Bhavati. So that first action which is indicating the other action, that will take the Saptami. Prasiddha cha kriya, kriyantaram lakshayati. So one well-known kriya is indicating another action. So goshu dujyamana sugataha. So he went as the cows were being milked. This is a prasiddha kriya. The cows are milked in the evening, right? So it's a prasiddha samayaha. Sarve jnataha samayaha. So when the cows were being milked, he went, and dugdha su agataha. When the cows were done being milked, he came back. Dugdha su. So there's a subtle difference here. When you use a present participle, it means while the action was humming, was taking place. So goshu dujyamana su. So while the cows were being milked, well here dugdha su. Dugdha means action is completed now. So after they were done being milked, he came back. When? So what do we have? What do we have right now? So 2.337. Yasyacha bhavena bhavalakshanam. Yasyacha bhavena bhavalakshanam. Yasyacha bhavena bhavalakshanam. 2.337. Now, what do we have in Raghuvamsham right now? We have this Tvayi ajite. Tvayi ajite. So when you have not been conquered. So when? On you not being conquered. In English you have also the word on in English, right? Similar kind of thing. So Tvayi ajite. So when you have not been conquered, then something is happening. So Tvayi ajite sati. You normally have a word sati, which is put over there. Mam is of course Dvitiya Ekvachanam. Dvitiya Ekvachanam means always ask kasya dhatoho or avya sambandhi karma sanya bhavati atra. Is when you get the Dvitiya, always ask the question. It is karma. Karma means karma due to what? Dhatu's connection. Always make the connection. So he says, Mam na avati. So Mam Parashuramam. So Bhargavam na avati. Means on, so for that reason, mentioned in the prior verse, this valor of mine, which is the means, which was the means of destroying all Kshatriyas, doesn't please me, as long as you are unconquered. Now, na avati na prinati. Na prinati. Prinati means to please, doesn't please. Now, this dhatu av has our, normally I think our rakshane, rakshane, to protect. Then how did he give the meaning of prinati? That's another interesting thing. This dhatu nam bhava arthaha, bhava arthaha sambhavanti. Remember that. These dhatus don't have one fixed meaning. They can take variety of meanings, depending on. So let's see what he gives. I think in the dhatu part, if I remember correctly, anyway, Ravi is not here, but he knows this better than I do. I think it's our rakshane. No, our rakshana, gati, kanti, there's a lot of meanings. Okay. In the dhatu part also they may not give all the meanings. They might give only one, pradhanarthaha. So many meanings can come. Is our rakshana, gati, no, it is there. I'm sorry. Look at this. Look at this one. This is unbelievable. Anyway, dhatu, our and dhatu partha gives the following meanings. Rakshana, protect. Gati, motion. Kanti, to shine well, to shine maybe. Priti, trupti, avagama, pravesha, shavana, swamyartha, yachana, kriya, ichha, deepti, avapti, alingana, himsa, dana, could be adana, bhaga, vriddhishu. This is the meaning of dhatu. It almost has every meaning is covered here, I think. Rakshana, protect, like avat. So avatu mam, avatu vaktaram. So the avatu means protect. So tanmam avatu. So you must be very famous. Sahana avatu. So avatu is protect. So rakshana. So then gati. Then kanti. Priti, to be pleased. So trupti, satisfied. Avagama, maybe to understand or to pravesha, to enter. Shavana, to hear. Swamya, to have lordship, I guess. Yachana, to beg. Kriya, yachana kriya, maybe it might be. Ichha, to desire. Deepti, again to shine. Avapti is acquisition. Alingana, to embrace. Himsa, to hurt. I think dana is to give. Bhaga, to be part of, I guess. Vriddhishu. So it is all these meanings. So dhatu na bhavartha. This I think this might be a record, by the way. I have not seen a dhatu with this many meanings. Dhatu part I have not seen. I don't know. Might be one or two more. But so anyway, let's see what Apte gives here.
Yeah, Apteji says he gives 4 meanings, and then he says there are many more meanings that are not used.
Because here he gives. Sorry, it is right here.
Yeah, there is 4 up to 4, and then it says they are very rarely used in classical literature.
Yeah, so he gives Shavana's, Swamyartha.
He lists them anyway. Yeah.
And also Pataveda in there. Also, there's a Pataveda in there also. Swamyartha and Samarthya. Samarthya means ability. Yachana, Kriya, Deepti, Avapti, Grahana. Also Pataveda, I guess. Vyapti, Alingana, Himsa, Adana. Anyway, whatever. A lot of meanings being given here. So the one here is Priti. Priti, satisfy. But that is, in fact, look at the question he gives. He gives Raghuvamsha. Vikramas mam avati najite tvayi. This is I think there's a typo here. A typo here, I think. But anyway, so priti. So this is not the top meaning of dhatu. Av is always I think to protect is a much more common meaning. But here has been used in of prinati. Again, you have to scratch out too much. Already you have the tikakara saying avati na prinati. Tathahi, because, so as is well known, tathahi. So tathahi is this connection in the second half. So this is like now I don't know what the English word is for this, but gives like a drishtanta, he gives an example, of why this is so. Why this is so. In fact, in the book of Devdhar's book, where he has given nice English notes at the back, book published by Motilal Banarasi Das, his nice notes. What is number 75, right? So this is an example of drishtanta. Drishtanta. Let's just look at after drishtanta. Drishtanta. Let's see if he gives any special meaning. Drishtanta. Okay. Drishtanta. because this is the second illustration, like an illustration now. So illustration being given in the second half. In the second half is given an illustration, drishtanta. Actually, it doesn't give compound words, right? Okay, let's see. Drishtanta. Drishtanta. Let's see. Drishtanta. See, after in the online dictionary, you don't look at a compound word. You look at the basic word, I think, and then look at drishtantam. Drishtantam, an example, illustration, a parable. So, a figure of speech in which an assertion or statement is illustrated by an example. That's what we have for. The figure of speech in which an assertion or a statement is illustrated by an example. So he made the statement that, I am not pleased as long as you are conquered, and here is an illustration of that. And that what's the comment now? Is pavakasya agnehe dhatu puing pavane. Pavaka is one which purifies, is fire. It's used for refining gold, etc. So yena suvarnadinam shodhanam kriyate. The pavakaha. So it's the pavakaha is one which purifies. You also look at the word akka. This akka, you can recognize the akka over here, pavakasya. That akka yuranakav again. Yuranakav. So because in this word, this is straightforward, is that the pavakaha, this is sutram called 3.1. This is an adjectival form, technically speaking. So pavakaha is a sutram nul truchau. Satya nul. Nul. It will become akka. Dhatu pu plus akka. Because this no as an it will take vriddhi, become pau plus akka pavaka. So pavaka 31133 plus, of course, you have to take achoniti. Achoniti. So when sutra for today for you, when okay, these two, take these two today for you, when take 7211516.
72115.
This is Vane's notebook. So this sutra says that if you have pratyaya which has the cha varga panchama athva cha varga panchama as an it, miti, this is in the angasyatikara. Okay. So when this kind of pratyaya follows, then ajantasya angasya vriddhir bhavati. Okay. So you can take this pavakaha is, an example. So pavakaha is one which purifies. So with dhatu pu we had the pratyaya nul by 31133. So we got the vriddhi became pau. Then of course echo yava yava. That's achoniti. The one thing to appreciate here is that, let's say if Pani did not say achaha, what would the problem? Problem is that normally a guna vriddhi is samanyana vihita gunakaryam athva vriddhi karyam ikaha bhavati. Ikaha. So ika guna vriddhi. Because a guna vriddhi, Panini says, it applies only to ika guna vriddhi. So if Panini did not say achaha, then only the iks would have to take vriddhi, not any. So this acho niti will say only for not all ach, only the iks would have qualified. But when it says acho niti, when Panini says means all ajantasya angasya. And next one for you when is atupadhayaha. Same condition. If the pratyaya has the cha varga panchama or cha varga panchama as an it, then the penultimate akaraha, just akaraha, will take vriddhi. Like patayati. Pat means he makes somebody fall. Patayati. Dhatu pat plus nich becomes pati. It's like patayati. So that's the so like you say sampata. We just saw that, right? Shastra sampagita. We just saw that. Pravritti shastra sampate. Sampataha. Pratyaya ghain is being used, which has this cha varga panchama as an it. So pat becomes pataha. Pataha. So this is also an example where you have the upadha akara or the ending ach. An angam will take vriddhi when the pratyaya following is the cha varga panchama as an it, nit or nit. Okay, that's two for event.
Okay. Yep.
We'll use this one right now. We'll use the achoniti right now because we have greater one pavakaha means fire. So we use nul trichau. So I just put the numbers here. So it's a straightforward form. So pavakaha means dhatu pui pavane. So it is dhatu pu plus the pratyaya nul null, and then we got this is 133. The agent, one who purifies, is equal to the pau plus pavaka. So we used your sutram, which is acho niti, and then after that we also use, of course, yuranakav, and then we use echo yava. One more thing to appreciate, When is that you can put a side note in your notebook, is that this anuvritti of niti goes down for quite some time. The anuvritti of niti goes down for quite some time from this 72115 acho niti. I'm sorry I go into Ashtadhyayi all the time, but there is no other way to master grammar without the Ashtadhyayi. So I know people drop out of the class, they say this is too much grammar for us, but we'll be doing a disservice to you if we didn't refer to Ashtadhyayi all the time. So there is no other way to master grammar, or to learn it well. You cannot know mathematics if you don't know how to multiply or divide. There's no way to do it. You can memorize some things, but it's not the right way to do it. So when the anuvritti of niti goes down into the third pada also. So if you want to find rules which are applying when the pratyaya following is nit or nit, chavarga panchama, then this is the section to come to. Acho niti, which is in notebook now, it goes all the way to 7.3. It goes to 7.3, I think 30-ish, 35. 35. This niti, 7.335. Okay, so let's continue. So pavakaha. So pavakasya agnehe. He's not given the meaning. If he gives them, I'm sorry, he's given here. Pavakasya agnehe. Agnehe mahima. For the Prajapadikum here, when mahima Prajapadikum. Let's see, is Hema back or is she back? Let's see, ask her. Hema, are you there? So mahima Prajapadikum. What is the Prajapadikum here then? Of mahima, what do you think? Any guesses? Prajapadikum is mahiman. So this is the pratyaya imanich is being added. Imanich. So Prajapadikum is mahiman. Means greatness. So greatness. So mahima is mahiman. And then if you look at apteji for mahiman, and then it is looking like atman, rajan. So rajan. So mahiman is declined like rajan. So mahima is not a feminine form. Mahima is not a feminine form. It's a masculine word. Prajapadikum declined like mahiman. Yes, your apte gives mahiman. The Shiva Mahimna Stotram, right? So Mahat, Imanish Tilopha. So Prajapadikum Mahat, let's take the Imanich, is greatness. So this is the Tasya Bhavaha Tatalav. In that there is a sutram, so we're not going into more details, but this Tasya Bhavaha, also section Ashtadhyayi, is thatness. When you look at thatness, you look at this section from 51119 onwards. This Sadhita is a long section, more than 1,000 rules, but some parts are like Mahiman, like Rajan. Thank you. I don't know why you're on mute, Hema, but you're unmuted here. Yeah, thank you. Mahiman, like Rajan. Correct. That's the answer. It's like Rajan. Prajapati is Mahiman. Tasya Bhava Swatalav. Here somewhere will come the Pratyaya Imanich. It must be in this section because Imanich. No, I'm sorry. From 5-1, everything I went too fast. Imanijva. Pritvadibhya Imanijva. Varnadradibhya Shaincha. So one of these rules are being used to form this because Imanich Pratyaya is being used with Mahat, the second Tilop also. So we get the Prajapadikum Mahiman. So Mahiman will decline like Rajan. So it will become, of course, you get the Savanamastane Cha Sambuddhav. You get the Upada Dirgha Savanamastane Cha Sambuddhav. Just like Rajan Shabda. 7-3. Okay, somebody else is talking to me. 1 second. Who is this? Is that you? First word. I think it's is that you, Kalpesh? Speak Kalpesh properly, I think.
Yeah, Kalpesh.
Okay, sorry. So you're talking about 7-335. Okay, thank you. So So now, yes, thank you. Vishwam, Vishwam, Vishnu. Yeah, Vishwam itself, Kalpesh was saying when. So in Vishnu says now the word Vishwam itself, the very first word is neuter. Vishwam, Vishnu, Vashatkaro, right? So the very first word itself is neuter.
The word, the Pratipadika is Vishwa, right? Vishwa.
But it's like it's a noun. It's a neuter noun. So it is going to be, it is it's neutral Pratipadikam, Vishwam. So it's the only Prathama Ekavachanam we're talking about, right? So it doesn't have to be Pullinga is what he's saying. So it doesn't have to be Pullinga. It can be in any gender and maybe number also possibly, but it has to be only the Prathama Vibhakti. That's one thing for sure. Because you said Dvitiya cannot stand on its own. Dvitiya requires a verb to support it. But this one being, there's no verb over there really. So it has to be Prathama only. It's Prathama, but it can be in any gender, Okay. So in fact the word Mahima, you can look at page 228, Dhatu Vritti, page 228. Just derive the word Mahima for us. So let's look at him. These are books that we want to use, So Mahima, let's see, Mahima. Okay, Mahato Bhava Mahima. Mahato Bhavaha Mahima. Prutvadim Imanich, and then Tehe iti Ti Lopaha. Okay, so now let's put the word Mahima because it is given by Saranacharya in Dhatu Vritti, page 228. So he gives us quickly Prutvaditvat Imanich. What does he say? Prutvaditvat.
Satish, sorry to interrupt you.
Yes.
This Vishwam Vishnum, right? There it's Vishwam Vishnum. That sounds like the Dvitiya.
Vishnu Vashatkar. I think Vishnu or Vishnum.
I think it's Vishnum.
Let's check it out. Let's see. That Dvitiya should not be there. Vishnu.
That's Prathima.
So when you were chanting as a young boy at 5 o'clock in the morning, then you got the wrong Vibhakti there. Remember those early mornings, right? Vishwam Vishnur Vashatkaro.
Oh, Vishnur. Oh, Vishnu. Okay.
You have to sleep at that time, I think, in the morning.
Okay, still sleepy.
But now you'll question that, I hope. At this age.
Yeah. Okay.
Vishnu.
Okay, thanks.
So Mahima is this Prutvaditvad Imanich is what is being given here. Ashtadhyayi 120. So I just put some numbers here for you. Is Prutvadibhya Imanijva. So 51122. The word Imanich is coming here. Imanich. So okay, let's derive this. Now that I started this, let's finish this off. So 51122. So if you really look at these words in detail, how much grammar you can learn in one shloka, right? So this is Gana. So in fact, the word Mahat might be here somewhere. It's a Gana. These words Pruthu, etc. You take the Pratyay Imanich. Tasya Bhavaha. Mahat is here. Okay, very good. Mahat is here. How? The word Mahat is mentioned by Panini in this 51122. Prithvadi Ganaha. Pratima. I think this word Pratima comes in the Chamaka Prashna, I think. Pratima Chame. So Pratiman. Prithu means large or wide. Greatness. Pratima, I think. So Mahat, and then there are some special rules. So this is the Pratyaya Mahat described by 51122. To the Angakaryam now. Angakaryam is given in 6.4. And the Sutram is Tehe. There's two sutras, Tehe coming in 6.4. So we have to be very careful. The sutra Tehe comes in 6.4.143. That requires this T Lopaha. T Bhaga takes Lopaha. That requires the Pratyaya to have D as an it, Diti. We don't have that. But there's another sutra which is 6.4.155, Tehe. And this is anavritti of Ishteme Yassu. So Ishtan, Imanich or Iyasun. All these pratyas follows, and also the Angasya Tehe Lopo Bhavati. So the T Bhagaha takes Lopaha when the pratyaya following is the Ishtan or Imanich is what we have right now, or the Iyasun. Of course, the Ishtan and Iyasun are coming in the superlative degree and the comparative degree. That's not what we have right now. But the Tehe Sutram. So that's what Sanacharya has given, nicely has given. So now we can learn how to use this book. Right? He says, Prutvaditvat Imanichi. Again, Sri Saptami, Imanichi Sati, Tehe iti Ti Lopaha. 64155. I hope you're getting some confidence to refer to some of these books. So I'm sorry, the wrong one. So So Mahima is Mahat Pradipadikam. So we had Pradipadikam Mahat. So Tasya Bhavaha. So technically we should put Mahat, as Kalpesh always reminds me, which is correct. You put Mahat plus Nyas, and then put the Pratyaya Imanich. Imanich. So Imanich means Anubandha Lope Iman. Iman Anubandha Lope Iman. And that is Iman is going to come, of course, by the Upadeshas Arjuna Nasika It and Halantyam Tasya Lopaha. So Halantyam Tasya Lopaha. So that's Imanich. And now, so this came by 5-1, 122. 122 because Pruttvadibhya Imanich. So Pruttvadibhya Imanijva. So the Imanijva is in Nirgana 5-1, 122. Now, discuss the Pradipadika Sanya Vikrittadita Samasascha. So this Pratyanyas is going to go away because of Supo Dhatu Pradipadika Yoho. Supo Dhatu Pradipadika Yoho. Just like in a compound, in a samasa, even in a Tadita Prayogaha, the Antarvarti Sup Lupyate. Actually, it is look. So Tasya Luk Bhavati. So this we get Supo Dhatu Pradipadika Yoho followed by, Krittadita Samasascha, which all of you know, I think, very well. By Supo Dhatu Pradipadika Yoho Imanich. In fact, we can put Iman right now, so that is done. And then T Lopaha becomes, so the T Bhaga is what? Achoantyadi T. Achoantyadi T. So the At takes Lopaha, becomes Mah Iman. Mah Iman. So becomes Mah plus Iman. So Mahiman. Mahiman. So it becomes Mahiman. And that is 6-4-155. This is the, see this, you can appreciate also the Ashtadhyayi structure. See, Panini puts the pratyas in place in chapter 3, 4, 5. Chapter 4 is Dhatoho, of course. So chapter 3 has Dhatoho. And 4 and 5 is Niya Pradipadikat. Only the pratyaya is put in place. So this Prakriti, this Pratyayaha, Asmin Arthe. And once that structure, building blocks are ready, like the basement, it's like building the basement of the world. The basement is the foundation, actually, not basement, sorry, foundation. The foundation is built in chapter 3, 4, 5. Then putting all the, the sheet rock and everything, that everything comes in chapter later on, in 6, 7, 8. And chapter 1, 2 roughly gives some definitions, just getting preparation. Preparation is done in chapter 1, 2, mainly chapter 1, I should say more. And then the foundation of the world is chapter 3, 4, 5, and then all the rest of the rooms, etc., are built in chapter 6, 7, and 8, and you do some decoration, etc. there. So here in chapter 5, Panini put the Pratyaya Imanich, that was put, and then here he finished up the structure by using the T-Lopa. That's the basic arrangement of Ashtadhyayi. So first chapter 3, 4, 5, get the Pratyaya in place, and then put the, because see, every word is going to have, Suptingantam Padam, Suptingantam Padam, so Tingantam Subbantam. And they are different chapter 3 and 4, 5. Then you have to put the Angakaryam in 6, 4, 1, then 6, 4 and 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, and some Sandhi rules in chapter 8, etc. Okay, so just you also learn to appreciate that part of it. So Mahima is like Rajan Pradipadikam. We won't go through that. I think you already know that. So let's see now. Where was I? Mahima. Okay. So Agnehe Mahima, greatness of fire. So Tatahi, this is illustration. This is an illustration being given. Tavakasya Agnehe Mahima Saganyateo. Now here we have a Yat Pradipadikam. See, Tat Pradipadikam, nicely you have a Yat Pradipadikam right here. This is straightforward. This is straightforward. So yes, Kalpesh, thank you. Vishnu, correct. Yeah, also, yeah, two people came to you. When? Two people came to saying Vishnu. So you have to chant more when. We have Rashmi coming back and also Kalpesh saying Vishnu. Okay, very good.
50 years of error corrected today.
50 years, after 50 years. The price system for you do Vyakaranam, the price system.
Yeah. Because it's Vishwam automatically becomes Vishnu.
So,
yeah.
So anyway, here we have Yattat Pradipadikkam. So Sahaganyate Yaha Kakshavat Sagare Api Jvalati. So Kaksha, let's look at this Yat Pradipadikkam first. So Yaha Pavakaha Agnihi Kakshavat. Kakshavat. Look at this, let's look at these two rules. These two rules is the 5-1, I think 115-116. Now the 5-1-115, Satyavati is being used. 5-1-115. Tena tulyam kriya chedvatihi. Tena tulyam kriya chedvatihi. It's a kriya visheshanam, an adverb. When someone does an action like somebody else, that is like Brahmana vaddacharati. He acts like a Brahmana. So nipunavad karyam karoti. So he acts like he does action like an expert. So these, which is not what we have here. This is not what we have. This is not a kriya visheshanam right here. It is not kakshavat ganyate. That's not the meaning here. Ganyate is dhatu gan. Ganyate will go through in a second. Ganyate is counted. It is counted. It is recognized. Ganyate. So that is her. So kakshavat means kakshe iva. So kakshavat equals kakshe iva. The sandhi going on, lopa shakalya going on here. But kakshe iva. Now that is special sutra which tatra tasya iva. Tasya iva. It is saptamyarthe vatihi. Saptamyarthe vatihi. So let's look at these two rules. Now one is the 51115. The 51115, which is the tena tulyam kriya chedvatihi. Is that brahmanena tulyam brahmanavad adhite. He studies like a brahmana. Brahmanen tulyam adhite. So it says that ten iti tritiya samarthat tulyam iti etasmin arthe. Vati pratyabhavati yat tulyam kriya chet. So it is an action which is similar to somebody's action. So brahmanena tulyam brahmanavat. So now here we do not have that. First, before we go there, let's look at the word kaksha. What's the word kaksha? Kakshavat. It means like this, like dry grass. Meaning here is dry grass. So kaksha. Kaksha is dry grass. Kaksha. Let's see what kaksha meaning is. Kaksha is the end of lower garment. Grass, dry grass. Kaksha tattava vannihi. So tateva vannihi. So it's trunam. So it is that which burns in the which burns in the ocean, just like it burns in the on dry grass. That is the fire's greatness is counted because of that. So if it only burned dry grass, nothing great about that. So this valor of mine, which has conquered other kshatriyas, they are like the dry grass. Fire burned them up. But as long as you have not been conquered by me, the greatness of mine is not going to be counted. It's not going to be recognized. So because the greatness of fire is only because it burns under the ocean, just like it burns, the dry grass. So that's the illustration being given. So kakshavat. So let's look at the Antaram Sutram, which is the 51116. 51116. See, one of the reasons why Kalidas and these people use these usages is that they should be, this is also to teach Vyakaranam. So Vyakaranam shikshartham api kavyam bhavati. Vyakaranam shikshartham is to teach grammar also they use these usages. Is Mathurayam iva Mathuravat srigne prakaraha. So it says Chaitrasya iva Chaitravan Maitrasya Gavaha. So there is Srigna, I think the typo here. Srigne. So in this city of Srigna, there are surrounding walls, prakaraha, which are like the walls in Mathura. Mathuravat yatha Mathurayam vartante tatha atrapi vartante. Just like they are in Mathura, so they are here. So Mathura is a Saptami, Mathurayam iva. Same thing, Chaitrasya iva Maitrasya Gavaha. So just like the cows of Chaitra, Maitra has similar cows. So Chaitravat. So Chaitrasya iva yatha Chaitrasya tatha Maitrasya api Gavaha. So this tatra and tasya, just like in that place or off belonging to that, similarly somewhere else also. This is not a kriya visheshanam. So there are two ways to form vati, to use vati's two main rules. In fact, the next one also is there, tadarham. But right now, let's look at these two. Tena tulyam kriya chedvatihi tatra tasya iva. tatra tasyaiva, tatra tasyaiva. So as it is in somewhere, here also, or as it is of something, here also, of this one also, of this one also. So these are this pratyavati. So this, of course, anubandha lope. What we look at the Vigraha Vakyam here, so there he gives the sutram is that kakshe iva. This kakshe iva is a translation of the sutram, because it says, sutram says tatra tasya iva. So he says tatra, he says kakshe iva. See, now these are all, see, if you know the Ashtadhyayi Pashaha, the moment he says kakshe iva, he's reminding of tatra tasya iva. These are all technically loaded terms. You have to understand that they have to be understood in that, that this iva is reminding us of tatra tasya iva. Saptam yarthe vatihi. So if you want to quickly take the Vigraha Vakyam here, Alaukika Vigraha. So he says, so kaksha, plus saptami, so ni, plus ni, and then plus the pratyaya vati. Vati, of course, anubandha lope, vat, upadeshana nasika. So, and of course, the same rule we had before is kakshavat. We will get by supo dhatu paribhitikayo. I mean, kritadita samasascha supo dhatu paribhitikayo supluk. So kakshavat. So, but the meaning is that kakshe iva. So kakshe iva, kakshe iva, kakshe iva. Okay, like so. Now I think we got the whole shloka. I think let's see. We'll finish this one. So let us see. So kakshe iva, sagare api jvalati, dhatu jval jvalati. Yes, to the final thing, take the dhatu gan, ganyate, ganayati. Now this dhatu gan is why. So when is something for you now? We just learned a sutram today for you. When is that atopadhaya, isn't it? We talked about it. Atopadhaya. So when I add the pratyaya nicha, because this is churadhigana dhatu gan. Dhatu gan, if you look at in the dhatu pasha, we're trying to figure out the form ganyate. Ganyate. Of course, it is the prathama purushasya ekavachanam karmani. Mahima ganyate. So gana is to recount. To recount. So the greatness of the fire is recounted because it burns in the ocean just like it burns on dry grass. So if you look at the dhatu, gana in dhatu part, dhatu is gana. It is the akaranta dhatu. Akaranta dhatu. So dhatu gana is akaranta dhatu. So you've got gana is given as gana sankhyane. Gana sankhyane. Churadi gana. Page 720. Churadi gana sankhyane. To recount. To count. So now what happens in the churadi gana, which is what I'm bringing this up right now, is that let's take the gana dhatu. So we take gana. First of all, no dhatu in churadi gana can be used without adding pratyaya nicha, because churadibhya nich swarthe. So nich is used swarthe. So 3-1-1, before you can do anything with churadi gana dhatu, pratyaya nich has to be used. Yes, one more thing that I think Rashmi has given is chakravat pravartante sukhani cha dukkhani cha. Chakravat, so parivartante. So happiness and sorrow, turns around, comes turn by turn. Yeah, thank you, Kalpesh. Kalpesh has given the thing for Ganyate. It's Adanta Dhatu, Kalpesh. Yes, thank you. So Rashmi has given a quotation, nice quotation. Chakravat parivartante sukhani dukkhani cha. Means they turn around, parivartante. That is Kriya Vishesham. That's by 52115, which is Tena Tulyam Kriya Chedvatihi. So the happiness and sorrow, they come turn by turn, just like a wheel, turn up and down. Okay, so what's happening here is that the Gana plus Nitya, as Kalpesh has given, so when the thing is that this is Adanta Dhatu. Dhatu is not Gana. So now, if it was just, it should become Gani. If it were a Podha Akara, it become Gani. But what happens here is that, when was Sutram here? Come on, open your notebook. Tell me what Sutram here. It's one of your portfolio. Gana plus
6197 Atogune?
No, Atogune is only where?
But it's only Gune Prataha.
Gune, good. So that, what else can you use? What Sutram do you use? Yes, Kalpesh got the whole thing, but let's see, can you say
Ato Lopaha.
Ato lopaha. Ato lopaha. Well said. Samyak uktam bhavata. Samichinam uktam bhavata. Ato lopaha. That's correct. Now you practice these. Now I'm going to hold you accountable for these. Ato lopaha. Ato lopaha. What is the condition for that?
Ardhadhatuka pratyaya.
Ardhatuke parataha. Because of ting, shit, sarva,
adanta anga.
Yes, adanta sangasya lopo bhavati. So gana ending in akaraha, pratyaya following.
So that becomes gani.
So of ting, shit, sarvadhatukam, ardhadhatukam, sheshaha. Ting, shit, sarvadhatukam, ardhadhatukam, sheshaha. So any dhato iti vihitaha pratyaha. Pratyaha which is dhatoho. So this is going to be 34114. Okay, then what next? Now the question then is that if you look at your notebook now, why not atopadhaya at this point? This is sutra for today, right? Because the pratyaya nitya has a tavarga panchama nitya. You have an upadha akara over here, right? So why not make it gani? Why make it gani? So yes, thank you, Kalpesh.
No, upadha is not
it is
akara, actually. It is nakara, right?
It was nakara over here, but now we did ato lopa, right? So it is gone. Lopa is gone now. Lopa is zero now. It's gone.
Oh, but it's
it has sthanivad bhava.
Yes, yes.
So, but the thing is that achaf prasin pura vidhau. Achaf prasin pura vidhau. Which is 1157. Very important. Pura vidhau. Look at the little vritti of this. Achaf prasin pura vidhau. This is that 1157. The question that comes is that why not become gani? Why make gani? So this is, in fact, that's the reason why the akara is there, which is stop atopadhaya. The reason why this dhatu gana put as gana and not gan, because we don't want to make it. So in the dhatu pataha, starting from the dhatu katha, the churadi gana, the last section of churadi gana. From katha, like kathayati. So kathayati, from there up to the end of the churadigana, all these dhatus are akaranta dhatavaha. But all of them, you will not get this vritti coming in. So they made akaranta dhatavaha. So one more time, in the churadigana, from dhatu katha up to the end of churadi. So agana samaptehe, sarve adadeha. It says katha etad adayaha adantaha. So I'll put here from the dhatu in churadi ganaha. So remember this. If you look at get a dhatu in churadi ganaha, churadi gane, so katha ityadayaha. So asamaptehe up to the end of that gana. Samaptehe, asamaptehe. This is the adantaha dhatavaha. So these dhatus are to be ending in akara. The dhatu gana is in that list. So remember that we become kathayati, not kathayati. Now after we did ato lopa, which we ended, now comes the sutram, which is achaf prasin pura vidhau. So let's look at it says is that al vidhi artham idam arabhyate sthanivat. So achah iti sthani nirdeshaha paras nimittam iti nimitta saptami. So pura vidhau iti vishaya saptami. Okay. So when pura vidhi vishaya saptami, when a pura vidhi has to be done, so basically if an operation has to be done prior to the ach which took the lopaha, then in that case this ach which was here has sthanivat bhavaha. So if some pratyaya which is coming to the right hand side wants to act kind of going across this ach which took lopaha, it cannot do it without giving this sthanivat bhava to the ach. One more time is that ajyadeshaha paranimittakaha. purvadau kartavya. So this ajyadesha should have been done by a pratyaya which is following. Ajyadesha was done by ato lopaha because of ardha dhatuke. Apavad for anal vidhau. Kalpesh is right, we'll come to it in a second. Is that the normally an adesha is sthanivat bhava anal vidhau. If I let's go to what Kalpesh is saying, is the prior to someone. This is important concept, okay? I think very mutual here. So this is an important concept. There's no way to avoid this. So I'm sorry I'm spending some time on this, but this is important. It's sthanivat bhava, which you all know. Sthanivat adesha anal vidhau. Any adesha includes the lopa. Lopa is a zero, shunya adesha. So that is any adesha has sthanivat bhava. It takes the properties of the thing it replaced. But anal vidhau, it cannot take the specific letter that it replaced. Take for example, pratyak tva becomes lyap. In like 7.137, which we see all the time. The tva was a pratyaya, so lyap will also be a pratyaya. The tva had a krit sanya, lyap will also be krit sanya. But can you say the lyap is also takaradi? You cannot, because the pratyaya tva was replaced by lyap. Lyap will take the properties of tva, not the individual letters ta, va, a. So one more time, sthanivat dadesho anal vidhau. So if there is a vidhi, it depends on the specific letter of the item which was replaced. It will not come when the replacement comes. So if there is an operation which was depending on a specific letter of the item which was replaced, that operation will not take place now after the substitution. But any other operation which depends only on the properties of the item replaced, that will still happen. So sthanivad adesho anal vidhau. So substitution takes the properties of the substitute, but you cannot take the individual letters and cause operation based on that. The specific letters it will not take. But here, what do we have? We took this akara took the zero adesha. So this zero adesha, which is lopaha, cannot claim to be an akara, cannot claim to be akaraha anymore, because anal vidhau. Anal vidhau. But here what Panini says is that if there is a pranimittakaha aj lopaha, so you take a aj lopaha is done by something which is following, in this case nich, but that ato lopaha was dependent on nich, was ardha dhatuke, that lopaha will take sthanivat bhavaha. So it will actually be present there. That that adesha of zero will be present there when this same pratyaya wants to act to the left of it. Achas parasin pura vidhau, ajyadesha pranimittakaha. It's an ajyadesha, an adesha in place of an ach, in this case akaraha. Pranimittakaha. That adesha came because of a nimittam which was following, which is the nich. Purva vidhau kartavya, a lot of typos here. Purva vidhau kartavya. When you want to do an operation, has to be done left of that adesha. Then it gets the sthanivad bhavati. So because of this rule of 157, this akara now has sthanivad bhavaha, and it will be, it will get the specific, even the al vidhi will be, so even that specific akara will come back now. So now the upada remains an akara, so we cannot, so I'll just put the statement here is that, so now this, the rule which was Vane's rule for today, 72116, is cannot operate because of 1157. Sthanivad, sorry. Achah prasim pura vidhau. So one more time, do an ajyadesha, which was done by something which is following, and that following thing wants to act to the left of the adesha. This adesha will have sthanivad bhavaha, achah pura vidhau. It actually will come back there as if it is present. The akara kind of comes back there, present itself, blocking this operation between this niche and the atupadhaya. It has to be an ajyadesha, has to be pranimittakaha, caused by something which is falling. The operation which is being done should be crossing that ajyadesha. This is all satisfied, then that is gets sthanivat bhavaha. Okay, here Kalpesh is saying here the property of the al is to count the upadha. Yes, so the specific letter akara comes there, then the upadha which is counted now is the nakara. So that is the specific letter was used to take the upadha to be nakara now. That's al vidhi. So that the specific letter came back. So upada remains nakara, doesn't become akara anymore. Cannot count that. So then we get gani. Then we get gani. Thanks, Kalpesh. So gani, get gani, and then of course get the dhatu sanya by sanadyanta dhatavaha. Then ganyate, we take the form gani, and let, we skip some steps now. So gani plus let, using in the passives because of bhava karmanoho, only the apanipadam can be used. And so you're talking about mahima ganyate, it will be only pratham purushasya ekavachanam. I'm going a little bit fast now because these are common rules. So we did, of course, let, and then because of bhava karmanoho, atmanipadam only can be used. And then we of course, in the meanwhile, we also have to finish off, of course, tiptajji was used, and then after that came the tiptajji was used, and then after that we used C478, I'm sorry. Then we also used the chitta atmane padanam tere, laka stirs an it, and sarvadhatu ke yak. I think when you might know the next, what's the next rule, when? Gani plus yak anubandha lope ya. What's the next rule here, when? Plus te. So here we have used chitta atmane padanam tere, which is 3479. Also use sarvadhatu ke yak. So remember, the kartari shap is only kartari. The default is sarvadhatu ke yak. So when, what's the next rule here? The nich lopaha, if you're there. Or if anybody else in the class, nich lopaha, nich. I think we gave it to you, right? When the nich lopaha. So this pratyaya yak cannot take an idagamaha. Because of what? Valadehe only. Remember 7235, ardhadhatukasya valadehe. Yakara is not a val, because ha yava rat. So no idagamaha. Niraniti. Thank you, Kalpesh. Niraniti. So this anidada vardhatuke pare ner lopasyat. Anidada vardhatuke pare. Anidada. So when you have the you have a pratyaya which is that's not taking idagamaha. Such a pratyaya has a sanya of ardhadhatuka because of things is sarvadhatukam ardhadhatukam sheshaha yak sanya of ardhadhatukam. So when that pratyaya follows, which has sanya of ardhadhatukam, which again invades adhikara of 36451, takes ne lopasyat. So 6451, which takes lopaha, comes ganyate, nirada vardhatuke pare ne lopasyat. 6451. So anirada vardhatuke pare ne lopasyat. So that is anit. Nirada vardhatuke pare. So here we get then use 6451. Okay, so I think that does it for us. So finally we got ganyate is recounted. So the final meaning of the shloka, let's see who wants to. Nagaraji. Okay, Nagaraji is here.
Namaste, Excellency.
Namaste. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let me get it all set up for you. 1 second. Huh? So let me get it stacked up for you. Okay, let me see if I can stack it up. Yatha bhavata suvidha syat. Okay, 58. I think it was prior 157. Okay, let me see if I can now put it here. Okay, let's see if I can get it like that for you. Okay, I'm getting better at this. Mama kaushalyam vardhate. Okay, therefore. What is therefore?
Therefore
was the very first word he said was that tena.
Tena is
so tena karanena, because of that. On account of that is therefore. And then the next thing he says is that let me see, did I lose my thing? 1 second. Huh? Okay, as long as you are not subdued.
Najite tvai mamavati.
Correct. So ajite tvai. Only that much. As long as you are not subdued, ajite. Of course, dhatu ji, anit dhatu jita means conquered. Ajite tvai means as long as you are not conquered. Ajite tvai sati. As long as you are not conquered. So let's see, my prowess. I I think my is fully understood there.
Vikramaha.
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 Even though, what do you have for that? That's the api.
Api in
Even though.
okay.
It has brought about the destruction of the Kshatriyas. Okay, so Kshatriya is Kshatriya. Destruction is what?
Antaha.
Nasha. So Nasha. So Antaha, and brought about is that what is that?
Karanopi.
Karanaha. So that by which, so it has been the instrument of by which the Kshatriyas have been destroyed. So no, not is of course no. Then give me satisfaction. What is that from?
Mamavati.
Avati. So we call it me is mom. Me is mom. And give satisfaction is the Avati Prinati. Prinati. Now that only. So that only. What is that now in the second line? That from.
That only Saha.
So Saha. And only take the api from the first line.
Api Sagare. Oh, from the top.
I think that only is counted. I think maybe let's take this api for the time being. Saha api. So no, I'm sorry. No, not api. It should be sa eva. I think. Sa eva ganyate. I think you have to probably supply eva.
Eva to put in there.
Yeah, put in sa eva. That only. Sa eva. Sa eva is accounted. Is what?
Ganyate.
Ganyate. Very good. To be true greatness. I'm sorry. That one second. This that I think we take yaha is that. So I think yaha saha. So that is yaha saha. So that which does this? That is the one which is accounted. Okay. I think in English is paraphrased into that. So yat tat, I think yaha saha becomes that. Only our accounted is ganyate. To be true greatness means that that's also in that saha eva. Saha eva is true greatness.
Mahima.
Mahima is greatness. So true is apply that true greatness. Of fire is
Pavakasya.
Pavakasya. Vannehe Pavakasya. If this if is not there, I think say which burns or can burn.
Jwalati.
In the ocean.
Sagare.
So Sagare, as in is, I think probably, as in a heap of dry grass is Kakshavat. I think the word api I think is not taken. I think which can also burn in the ocean.
Yeah, even in the ocean.
So even should be here somewhere.
Yeah,
so I think which should be taken over. Which. So that is you can take saha. That alone only is supply. That eva supply that. Accounted to be true is supplied, true greatness.
I think the word only takes the place of the even.
But even,
only if it can burn in the ocean, it is really great.
Oh, but where is in the shloka then?
Meaning the api.
Sagare api, even in the ocean.
Only if it burns in the ocean. Yeah.
No, api is also.
True, but somehow it seems to me it is.
And it's connected with sagare, not with the ganyate. Sa api.
Sagare api jolati.
That's not correct, Ben, because it means that also is counted as the greatness. That's not the meaning. That only is greatness.
Right.
Api means also, not only. Api is also not only. We need eva. So api. So unfortunately, api has not been translated. It should be it can burn also. It can also burn in the ocean. It should be an api. Then the if it is that which yaha. And then this only is I think supplied is eva. That's okay. That's the highest. Your supply. But api is not translated, and this is supplied. Okay. So when we do our homework, we can thank you, Nagati. Now. So, okay, let's see what we have time. Okay, we have some time. So let's try to do the next one. Let's give some homework. So, there is something which is need to know in this shloka. But in Prinati, this is in the Kriyadigana. This Gana Vikaranam Shna. Told you this Kartari Shap is 3168, and below that you have these other ganas. Is the other ganas, the Gana Vikaranam Shapo Apavadaha. So Kartari Shap, and then comes the Divadibhyashan, fourth gana, then Swadibhyashnu, fifth gana, then Tudadibhyashaha, sixth gana, Shashtama gana, Tudadibhyashnam, seventh gana, Tanadikrimibhya, eighth gana, and Kriadibhyashna, 3181, Navama gana. Below Kartari Shap, you'll find the Apavadas for Shap, again Kartari Sarvadhatu. I'll just put 3181. I won't put, I think other steps are common to you now. So Lat Lakaraha, Pratyaya Tip, but 3181 is the one that we need here. So Prinati, the form Prinati. Of course, Natvam finally we have to use Prinati. So use 3181 to get the Gadamakanam Shna, of course, Anubandha Lope Na, the Shakvatardite, and then of course use 842 Atkapam Nyumgavaye P, so Prinati. Okay, so that should be straightforward. Okay, now let me give some background on this shloka. Let me give some background over here. Let's read the shloka and give you some background, give you some homework, okay? So, Vidhi Chatsa Balam Mojasa Hare Raishwaram Dhanurabhaji Yatvaya Khatamulam Manilo Nadirayahi Patayatyapi Mridustata Dramam Vidhi Chattabalam Mojasa Hare Raishwaram Dhanurabhaji Yatvaya Khatamulam Manilo Nadirayahi Patayatyapi Mridustata Dramam Vidhi Chattabalam Mojasa Hare Raishwaram Dhanurabhaji Yatvaya Khatamulam Manilo Nadirayahi Patayatyapi Mridustata Dramam. The Padacheda is Vidhi Jastingantam Padam Cha Attabalam Ojasa Harehe Aishwaram Dhanu Abhaji Yat Tvaya Khatamulam Anilaha Nadirayahi Patayati api mruduhu. So patayati api mruduhu tatadramam. You also have drishtanta given over here. Drishtanta. So it is an illustration being given. Okay, there is a story. Let me give the basic meaning and give you the story behind it so you can appreciate that. Let's follow a brief commentary. Kimcha means moreover. Furthermore. Kimcha means furthermore. Now, Aishwaram Dhanuho. Ishwarasyadam Aishwaram comes in Gita. These are two confusing forms. Aishwaram and Aishwaryam. Now, Aishwaryam is a neuter noun, like lordliness, Aishwaryam. But Aishwaram is an adjective, Ishwarasyadam Aishwaram. Comes in Gita. Pashyame Yogam Aishwaram. Bhutavrinnacha bhutastho Yogam Aishwaram Pashyame Yogam Aishwaram. So look at my lordly power, kind of mystic power. This Aishwaram is qualifying Yogam, Pashyame Yogam Aishwaram. It might come, okay, Rupam Aishwaram Purushottama, another one, Rupam Aishwaram Purushottama, your lordly form. So Aishwaram is the Pratyatasyedam, most likely. Ishwara plus one, we'll go through in a second. And then that is an adjective belonging to the Lord. So Ishwara Sambandhi. While Aishwaryam, Aishwaryam is lordliness. We'll go to that one. So these are two confusing forms. Please make a note of them. We take let me see if I can find in Gita. Bhogair Aishwaragatim Prati. So, okay, Kriya Vishibhulam, Bhogeshwarya, Aishwarya, again Aishwarya. Okay, here comes Aishwaryam. Okay. Aishwaryam. So Aishwaryam means lordliness. Lordliness. Bhogeshwar Prasakta. Okay. So Aishwaryam. So let's see how both of these two are derived very quickly because they are confusing. So I know we don't want to go into too much details, but let's look at these two forms, which is the Aishwaryam is a neuter noun. Aishwaryam is a neuter noun. Ishwarasya bhavaha Aishwaryam. So Ishwarasya bhavaha. Ishwarasya bhavaha. Again, we go to the same section. Tasya bhavastatalau is going to be Aishwaryam. So this is going to be a nama shabda, neuter noun. And that's not what we have here. What we have is the Ishwarasyedam. So it becomes Ishwarasya idam. So it's something which belongs to Ishvara. Which is the Aishwaram, and that is an adjective. And I think Gita, what did we have? Number, what is look at? What is 9.4 was it? So I think 9.4. I think we had it. 9.4. So again, comes in also 11.3. So Pashyame Yogam Aishwaram 9.5. 9.5 in Gita, and also 11.3 I think. Yeah, Rupam Aishwaram. So 9.5. 11.3, 9.5, 11.3. So Gita 9.5, 11.3, and this Bhogeshwarya Gatim Prati, Bhogeshwarya, that was coming in chapter 2 of Gita, Bhogeshwarya Gatim Prati. So these both come in Gita. One's part of a compound. So I think Bhogeshwar Prasaktanam I think 2 dot around 40ish. Let me try that. 240. Traigunya Vishaya Veda, Nistraigunya Bhavajana, Karmanyevadikaraste, Kriya Vishesha Bahulam. So Bhogeshwar, here it is. I think it's 44 is coming. So 40, 43, 44. So 243, 44 is coming from Aishwaryam. So Gita. So both come in Gita. Please pay attention to these. 243, 244. Now, Bhogeshwarya, yeah, correct. Now, how are these two formed? Ishwarasya bhavaha Aishwaryam. Let's come to this section where the pratyaya is shan is being used. Tasya bhavastatalau. And I'll just give you a sutra number 51. I think it's 119. I gave it to you earlier today. Tasya bhavaha, thatness, lordliness. Tasya bhavastatalau, the pratyaya ya is being used with adi vruddhi. So this one, gunavachana brahmanadibhya karmani cha. Gunadradibhya shai cha. Gunavachana brahmanadibhya karmani cha. Probably one of these two rules, 23, 24. So this is only for 151, 123 is only for the varna, which is I think colors, and also dradibhya, this list of words dradhi. If you look at the 51, 123, unless the word Ishvara is there, let's see, Dridha, Parivridha, Vishwa, I'm not seeing that. No. But the next Gunavachana Brahmanadibhya. So Brahmanadi Gana also is there. So let me for the time being put it as 51124. 51124. Pratyaya Shai Anubandhan Lope Ya. And this does the Adi Vriddhi. So 51124. 51 okay, formed using 51124, using 51124, and along with you use the Adi Vriddhi. So next time for you, when, okay, we'll give you this two next time, these two. So next time for you, you already got your two for next time, which is the two rules which in Tadhite. Same condition, Niti is coming down there. So today we gave you 72114, 115, 116. So next time we'll give you this 117, 118. Taditeshva chamadehe kiticha. So tadita pratyaya is following. Then the adi ach will take vriddhi. Adi ach, acham adehe. See, achoniti was only the angam ends in an ach. Atopadhaya when the upadhaya is akara. With the tadita pratyaya, though taditeshu acham adehe. The adi, so ishvarasya become aishvaryam. Aishvaryam. Taditeshu acham adehe. In fact, when if you're here, give me the last two steps also. We need two steps from you. So ishvara plus shai become, you use 7217, then what else? Oh. Akar lopaha. Aishwaryam is the what?
E becomes...
we have to use Ishvara plus Nas plus Shine.
That's good. Ishvara plus Nyas plus, if you want to get all the steps. Okay, then since Kalpesh is here, let me put in his honor, Tasya Sammanartham, put all the steps here. So we'll get Ishvara, Ishvara plus Tasya Bhavaha. Tasya means Shashti. So get Pratyaya Nyas, plus the Pratyaya Shai. So when you're getting the last two steps, Shai. So this is what was 51144. And then Anubandha Lope Ya. Anubandha Lope Ya only will come here.
Yeah, okay.
Shaf Pratyayasya. And then Anubandha Lopa here will be by Shaf Pratyayasya, which is I think 136. 136. This Adi Shakar, Mujan Shakar is an it. And Halantyam, so we did that. And then what else when? The ending Akar Lopaha by what? Because we got Ishvara become Aishvara. Of course, this Nyas will go away by the same two rules. Kritadita Samasa, that will put them over. Those already we know. Then I want Yakar Lopa from you. When? I'll give you an hint. Does Angam have Bhasanya or Padasanya? What do you think?
Yachibam and yes it.
Yeah, you got it. You have to try it out of you. Utkarshanam, Apekshate, Utkarshanam, take it out of you. So 64148. So Yachibham. The moment you have to do Pratyaya, when think about the Bhasanya and Padasanya. Thank you, Hema. I was trying for it. So yes, Kalpesh also got 64148. Yes, Cheti Cha. So okay, now finally Ishvara plus Nyas plus Shain Tasya Bhavaha. I think 51124 Pratyaya Shain we got Anubandha Lope Shaf Pratyayasya, and also the Halantyam here remains. The Nyas goes away because part of Pratipadikam Kritadita Samasasya Pratipadika Sanya Supo Dhatupadikayoho Supluk. Then Taditeshva Chamadehe, Taditeshva Chamadehe. The Adi Ika takes Vriddhi and then becomes Aishvaraya. Angam gets Bhasanya by Yachibham. So Swadhisvaramasthane, Swadishva Sarvanamasthane, Yachibham, and then Yasyeti Cha. That's Aishwaryam. Aishwaryam. Form Aishwaryam as a neutral noun. Now when we come to Ishwarasya Idam, it's Tasyedam. Tasyedam Sutram. Tasyedam. So this is a different thing. This is coming now, the same Tadita section, but it will coming, Tasya will come much earlier. Tasyedam. Tasyedam will be, Tasyedam will I think 4.3 probably, Tasyedam. Tasyedam 43120, Tasyedam, belonging to him. And the Pratyaya is undefault, coming from way back, Pragdivyato an. The undefault was set way back in 4.1, I think 84, Pragdivyato an. So the default Pratyaya is coming all the way to the beginning of 4.4. So I think we can use that. So Pragdivyato an. So 4183. So we use 4183 along with, we want to look at the Vigraha Vakyam for this one. It will be same Ishvara. So take Ishvara plus again Nyas Tasya Idam. Yes, but it's an adjective now. Tasya Idam, not Tasya Bhavaha. And Pratyaya An. So we used the Sutram Tasya Idam along with the default Pratyaya An. And now can you finish off for us, Wayne? What do you do now?
Okay, this is Taditeshva Chamadehe.
Very good. The same. This step is the same. These three are the same. These three are the same.
Yep. Yep. And then Yachibam and Yasyati.
I think same thing. So same steps are going to be easier for you now.
Yep.
So so same steps, which is Adivriddhi, Aishvara, and then you do the Supluk by Supodharpadaka Yoho, and then Yachibham, Yasyati Cha. So Yasyati Cha means Ivarnantasya Varnantasya Bhasanikasya Lopo Bhavati Tadita Ikare Cha Pare. Tadita. Tadita starts from 4176 Taditaha. 4176 Taditaha. Starts from there, okay? So that's Tadita. Okay, so what do we have in the shloka? I'm not out of time now.
Rajaji, sorry, Satishji, can you expound on this Anpratya when you say default?
This Pratya and what happens here is that in the beginning itself, Pani said some defaults, and there he says that this Prag Divyato and is up to the word Divyat. The Pratya and this is Adhikaraha. So if no the Pratya is given, like we say Tasyedam, that 43120, it only gave the Artha Nirdesha. It only gave the meaning belonging to somebody, but did not say what Pratya is coming. So when the default Pratya and presents itself, so the Pratya presents itself wherever there is no Pratya given specifically, and will be the default. Up to the Sutram Divyat, with Divyating is 442, I think. Prag Divyato and. So this is what happens in Taditas. Panini will say some default Pratyas, some default meanings, So we need three things ultimately. We need Prakriti, Pratyaya and Artha. So Tasyedam only gives you the Artha Nirdesha, belonging to whom? Belonging to someone. Then the Prakriti didn't say which Prakriti. So any Parivadikam as a default can take it, Tasyedam. And then the Pratyaya was set from 4183 up to 442 default is and. Using these three together, we could say Ishvara plus and. One more time, we got the meaning from Tasyedam, 4312. Didn't say which Pratyaya could be used, didn't specify any Prakriti. So we use the default from Prag Divyat 1, which is default from 4183 to 442 up to the word Divyat over here. And then we also got the Prakriti Nirdeshana Kritaha, the Samanyana Vihidam. Samanyana, so any Prakriti can take it as a default. So that's how, putting these together, we got the...
So if you come across declension which you don't understand by normal prakriya, in Tasyapatyam kind of thing, situation, can you put the Pratyaya to see whether that justifies the Ashaprayogam or something like that?
Adhikar 4191, I think. So you can un will be the default. So if un works, would you be careful, because what 4192 Tasyapa? You can be careful because there might be some special Pratyaya being defined which might be overruled by and again. So there might be some complications in there. But all these meanings which are given in here from 4182 to 442 to 442, all of them the and will be the default Pratyaya. So it's a Tasyapatyam means that to give the meaning of somebody's offspring progeny, Pratyaya and is to be used as a default. But then Pani will give Ata'i, give some, this is an exception now. So now this, when the Adantam Prabhadikam become like Dasharatihi Ramaha, Dasharatihi, because Dasharatha was ending in a Akara. Pratyaya was given, specifically was given now. So that will now overrule the default and. So, but yes, Tasyapatyam here the and is the default until it is overruled by something. That's correct. So, is that okay?
Thank you.
So let's go back to the shloka now. And here what we have now is this. So Aishwaram Dhanuho. So means Ishwarasya idam, Shankarasya idam, Shankaram Dhanuho. This is Shaivam Dhanuho. This is the bow of Ishwaraha. Abhaji. We'll do it next time in the class, please. Abhaji. This is a lung lakara in the passive. This doesn't come in Gita. But this is a form which you have to remember because this is not very uncommon. Ativiralam nasti. So please remember this form Abhaji. I'll just give you homework for today. I'll give you homework for today to form the form Abhaji. You need to mute yourself. Somebody needs to mute yourself. I think it's very normal. So Abhaji. Abhaji here is, let me just put some notes for, and we'll do next time. Please take homework if you can. So this is a karmani lung, and this is a specific special form which comes in karmani lung, and it might seem really strange. It is looking strange, but it is not very uncommon. So we need to know this. Karmani lung. Otherwise we'll be completely thrown off. Karmani lung lakara, lung karmani. So, we do the class next time in detail. So when you say dhatu is bhanja, dhatu is bhanja, bhanja plus the lung lakara is being added, and then the pratyaya comes in is ta, because abhaji means it was the Lord's bow was broken, the passive form, ta. So I'll put some numbers here. We can try to do some homework and see if we can figure out. So first of all is that pratyaya ta comes here, and then you know our sutram, which is the sarvadhatike yak, which we use all the time, sarvadhatike yak. Then before that is this sutram, which is this chin bhava karmanoho. Chin bhava karmanoho. The pratyaya chin is being used. When this ta is there, the pratyaya, instead of the default chili, sich, instead of default sich pratyaya, the chin pratyaya is being used, bhava karmanoho, in the passive only when this ta is there. So let's one more time, is that if you have a passive lung lakara, which is pratham purushasya ekavachanam, in that case the pratyaya chin comes in there, chin. So let me look at the vritti of 3-1. You can remember this because we use sarvadhatike yak quite often. The very prior sutram is chin bhava karmanoho. The chin bhava karmanoho has the anuvritti. Look at it for a second. Chin bhava karmanoho. Chin bhava karmanoho. Chin bhava karmanoho. Is chilehe chin syat bhava karma vachini ta shabde pare. So ta shabde pare. This ta is going to be the pratham purusha ekvachan pratyaya ta atam ja. So when the third person singular passive lung, one more time, the third person singular passive lung, which is used, we have to know this. The pratyaya chin comes as a chili adesha, so default sich doesn't come, pratyaya chin comes. So the in between comes the chin. Now when the chin pratyaya comes, we do in detail next time, so don't worry. Then we get chino look. Chino look. This also has a connection, by the way. This connection here is that the sutram atohe, like pata, gacha. So these words which are used, in the Madhya Purusha, lot lakara, paraswami pade. When we use this atohe, I don't know, we're out of. Give me 5 minutes. Okay, we're going to finish up in 5 minutes. Atohe with the anuvritti of look comes from chino look. So we want to remember one more time the connections now. So this chin bhava karmanoho connects with sarvadhatike yak anantaram sutram. Then atohe puravarti sutram is chino look. Then when the chin pratyaya comes, this one, the ta, this thing takes look, the ta shabda takes look. So I'm going to put the numbers for today, we're out of time. So 3166, chin bhava karmanoho, chino look. Now, of course, you're going to get the adagamaha, lung lang rung shu adudataha. Adagamaha is going to come. Now, the pratyaya is chin. Chin is coming here. Now, the question is that what about right now we cannot call upon vein, because vein is going to do the akara vriddhi by atopadhaya, only which upadhaya is there. So right now the upadhaya is nakara. Nakara for the chin. We cannot do that. But what does Mulinatha say? Mulinatha has given us a sutram here. Mulinatha says that bhanje chachiri iti vibhashaya na lopaha. So abhaji and abhanji will be two forms. Abhaji, abhanji. In abhanji, we cannot apply atopadhaya because upadhaya is still nakara. In abhaji, when nakara takes lopaha, we can make it abhaji. So 6.4.26 we'll see next time. We'll do the vaikalpika nakar lopaha. Now this also has a connection. Because 6.4.22 we use a lot. No, sorry. 6424 we use a lot. Anidita halopadha kiniti nakar lopaha. Upadha nakar lopa. So make the connections because these sutras are not easy to remember. See, first sutram we talked about is chin bhava karmanoho because of bhava karmanoho. Next sutram was sarvadhartike yak. Then ato he we use all the time. Prior sutram is chino look. This one we use all the time, 6424, like a word like bandha becomes baddha, etc. So becomes anijatam halopada kiniti upadha nakar lopaha. This is what's told in Ashtadhyayi. What we want here now is the upadha nakar lopaha. Okay, so we want a upadha bhutasya nakasya lopa ishyate. And you know that we are using 6424 to do upadha nakar lopaha. Different conditions, it's okay, but we are getting there. We are getting to that area. Through that area where the upadha nakar lopa vidhanam kriyate yasmin pradeshi yasmin sthane tatra gantavyam. You go there. And then here comes sutram. Okay, this might be a vartikam. I'm sorry. So vartikam because 6426. Give me a second. It's probably a vartikam. 6426. But a vartikam. 6426. Okay, what was this given here? Okay, he gave Banjeshcha Chini. Vipashaya lopaya. The Vartikam or Sutra because 6436. I'm sorry, 6436. Sorry. Thank you, Kalpesh. Yeah, 6436. I'm sorry, wrong number. But anyway, we are close by there. You're 6436. So 36 is
33.
33. I'm sorry. So this is the typo. 33. Thank you. Banjeshcha Chini. So 33. 33. So this, again, we look below 6424. Use 6430, and now we can give it to Ven to do atopadhaya because the pratyaya chin does have the nakas in it. So one more time is that, in fact, I'll put this sutram here. I'll put the adagama also here for you. Adagama. So this is the karmani lung lakaraha pratyaya purusha ekavachanam. Please mute yourself. Ekavachanam. And here we first did the chinva, we got the pratyaya. So of course, because it's karmani, because of course I'm not putting that step tiptasji, and then chin bhava karmanoho. Chin came in between here, and then we'll put the chin also while I'm doing this whole thing now. So chin pratyaya came in here, and after that we did the chino look. This ta is going to go away. Then the adagamaha comes. Then this nakara lopaha by the vanjeshcha. So that is what this sutram that Mulinatha gave, Vanjeshcha, but that one is wrong number here, Vanjeshcha Chini. And then after that, we are going to do the Atopadhaya. We will stop with that now. Okay, let's stop with that. We'll continue. So if you can try to derive this form for homework and read the Tika. These are some Bahuvri, there are two Bahuvri Samasas here, Attam Balam, Attabalam. And then he's giving only the Ritasaram. So this is one Bahuvri, Atmabalam Yasyatha. And then I think there may be another Bahuvri here also, Atmabalam Khatamulam. So it's a tree whose root has been uprooted, has been dug out. So Khatamulam. So Khatamulam Yasyasaha, Atmabalam Yasyasaha. It's a bow whose strength has been taken out. So try to look at the two Bahuvri compounds and Ven for you, homework for you, Ven, Patayati, okay? For homework for you. Dhatu Pat, you can make it Pati, you using the 72116, make it Patayati after that. And we'll stop with that. Okay. So Ramo Rajamanistada Vijayate, Ramam Ramesham Bhaje, Ramena Vyata Nishachara Chamu, Rama Tasmai Namaha, Rama Nasti Parayanam Parataram Rama. Oh, homework for him, okay. I'll give you homework for him. Ramo Rajamanistada Vijayate, Ramam Ramesham Bhaje, Ramena Vyata Nishachara Chamu, Rama Tasmai Namaha, Rama Nasti Parayanam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham, Rame Chittale Bhautame Bho Rama Mamudhara, Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame, Sahasranama Tattalyam Rama Namavaranane, Shri Rama Namavaranana On Nama Iti.